Hello. Yes, we welcome you back again. Yes, the channel is PSSB, Physical Sciences Silver Bullet, and it's Richard once again. We are not going to get tired of reminding you to subscribe. We believe it's to your benefit. Yes, okay, let us look at this question today. Okay, we are having a question here. Okay, the statement reads that in the reaction below, 6.8 grams of hydrogen gas reacts with chlorine gas under the influence of catalyst. And the statement continues to say that during the reaction, there is evolution of heat. Okay, so this is the equation we are given. Hydrogen reacting with chlorine to give you hydrogen chloride gas. And the first question comes. It says, identify the reaction as either synthesis or decomposition. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you that today we are doing grade 10 so that we can have a good background as we proceed along our journey to higher levels. So this is the question we are having. It says, identify the reaction as either synthesis or decomposition. Okay, how do you tell whether the reaction is a synthesis? Okay, if you're having two or more reactants combining to form one product, that reaction is called synthesis. How do I identify a decomposition? A decomposition is when we have a compound and the compound split up into two or more components. So for this one, because we are having two reacting to form one, the reaction qualifies to be a synthesis. Okay. Then we go to another question. It says, identify the reaction as either endothermic or exothermic. So when you look at this equation, we don't have anywhere where we can just tell. But when you go to the statement, it is indicated. We all know that for endothermic, heat is absorbed during the reaction from the environment. And for exothermic, heat or energy is given out. So this statement is the one which confirms that the reaction is what? Exothermic. The evolution of heat, the giving out of the heat is what confirms that the reaction is what? Exothermic. So we proceed here. It says, give a reason for your answer to the questions. So this is the question 1.11. And we said it is a synthesis, and we gave the reason already. What are we going to say? Two reactants are combining to form one product. Okay, then we go to this reason. This reason is for this one. If we are saying this reaction is exothermic, what is the reason? The reason is what was mentioned in the statement, that during the reaction, there was evolution of heat or energy. Yes, that's the reason. The evolution or the giving out of energy is the confirmation that the reaction is exothermic. So let's go to another question, the next question. So still on the same question, on the same setup, we have this question. It says, calculate the number of moles of hydrogen chloride gas formed. Okay. How do we go about that? Okay, there are several ways of doing this question, like five or six ways. But we are going to use the easiest, which we feel is the easiest, is stoichiometry. You just have to come here. First of all, you have to come to the statement and see. They gave you the mass of hydrogen gas which reacts. So this one is identified. We are going to use it. And what does the question want? Number of moles of hydrogen gas formed. So we are going also to use this one. So those are the parts of the equation we are going to use. So in our method, we are going to apply, we are going to have to divide this space into two. This side, we are going to have our hydrogen. And this side, we are going to have our hydrogen chloride. Okay. From there, then you come with the ratios, more ratios. You come here to the equation and look for the number which is here. The number is 1, so we didn't write it because it's 1. You come to our hydrogen chloride, you pick the ratio, it's 2. So these molecules are in the ratio of 1 to 2 as per the equation. Then from there, you move from the known. What's the known? The known is hydrogen. What are we given? We are given mass. The mass of hydrogen is 6.8 grams. Okay. But I need to sound some seriousness around here. These ratios we wrote first, they are mole ratios. So the moment you have mole ratios, all your effort must be at finding the moles. So mass cannot work. So what do? We are going to convert that mass into moles. To do that, we will need the molar mass of hydrogen. We have to remember that hydrogen exists as diatomic molecules in pairs. Two atoms are combining to form one molecule. So that's why we have H2. So what do we have here? It's going to be 1 times 2, which is 2. Okay, when you have mass and you have the molar mass, therefore, it means that you can easily find the number of moles using this formula. N is equal to mass over molar mass. So what is our mass? 6.8. That's our mass. And what's our molar mass? 2. From here, what is your number of moles? Number of moles is 3.4 moles. Okay. So now we know the number of moles. What are these ones? These are the number of moles of hydrogen which reacted. So therefore we got the other side. 1 mole forms 2. So what are we going to find this side? We are going to find number of moles of what? of hydrogen chloride which reacted. We can call this one X. And like I always say, these are directly proportional ratios. What does that mean? That you can get any of the unknown by cross multiplying. So what are we having here? We are going to have 1 times X, which is equal to 3.4 times 2. So our X, which is the same as number of moles of HCl, is going to be 6.8 moles. Thank you. We feel this is the easiest and the most direct method which we can use throughout actually up to grade 12. Thank you. So we go to next question. Yes, then comes this question 1.3.2. It says that calculate the mass of chlorine gas that reacted. Still, we use the same method. So you divide this one into 2. This time around, you are dealing with the hydrogen. Why are we saying hydrogen? Because hydrogen is the known one. Remember, we are moving from known to unknown. And we are going to calculate chlorine. So these are what we are going to use. So this side, like we said before, it's going to be hydrogen. And this side is going to be chlorine. Then from there, you pick up the ratios. For the hydrogen, the number is 1, so the ratio is 1. For chlorine, the ratio is also 1, because when you don't see the number there, then the number is 1. So what do we have here? We are given, remember, hydrogen, the mass is 6.8 grams. Okay. Then, like we said, hydrogen, it's a diatomic molecule. So meaning that 2 atoms are combining to form 1 molecule. So what do we get here? It's going to be 1 times 2 for the molar mass, which is 2. Having the mass and molar mass gives you the number of moles as before. So what are you going to say here? N is equal to M over molar mass. So from there, what do we get here? We have here mass is 6.8 and the molar mass is 2. So what is our number of moles? It's going to be 3.4 moles. So after that, what do we do? You have to remember that the mole ratio is 1 to 1, which means that whatever number of moles you have here is the same number of moles you have this side. So the number of moles of our chlorine gas is that. It is 3.4 moles. But the question says calculate the mass of chlorine gas that reacted. So you have moles. What is your intention is to convert it to mass using our known formula. What's the formula? The formula says that N is equal to M over molar mass. So if the number of moles is 3.4 and the mass is needed, what do you have to do? We have to get the molar mass of chlorine. Like hydrogen, chlorine is also a diatomic molecule. So, and remember the molar mass of chlorine is 35.5. So what do we get here? It's going to be 3.4 is equal to mass over 35.5 times 2. So from here we have the mass. What's going to be the mass? The mass of chlorine is going to be M, equaling to, after cross multiplying, is going to be 3.4 times 35.5 times 2. Whatever you get after multiplying is what is going to be the answer. Let's use the calculator and see what we get. So this is what we get as our mass of chlorine gas that reacted. Okay, so we are going to close this video here, and we'll look at other questions from the same grade. Remember, this is grade 10, and it's a very important grade because it sets your motion to higher grades. Like we always do, we are going to remind you to subscribe and to like, because we feel it is to your benefit. Those who have subscribed, we don't take your confidence for granted. We thank you. See you in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye bye.